We're reading from Haissem 2012 through 2017, Thunder 1 by Jesse Kehoe. PCG Offspring Prophetic Forecast, a host of prophetic events. Chapter 1. The Prophetic Diary of Messiah 2012. The prophet is called. Then the word of Yahweh, the Master Eternal, came to me, saying, Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I sanctified you. I ordained you a prophet to the nations. Then said I, Yahweh Elohim, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a youth. But Yahweh said to me, Do not say I am a youth, for you shall go to all whom I send you, and whatever I command you, you shall speak. I am ancient, conservative. Do not be afraid of their faces, for I am with you to deliver you, says Yahweh. Why am I kamikaze to socialism? Then Yahweh put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And Yahweh said to me, Behold, I have put my words in your mouth. See, I have this day set you over the nations and the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down, to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Yirmiyahu, what do you see? And I said, I see a branch of an almond tree. Then Yahweh said to me, You have seen well, for I am ready to perform my word. What of a young man who has an open door of revelations, given by Yahweh, handed unto Joshua, given unto his holy angels to reveal to us things that must shortly come to pass? Is that you to say no? But the elders of the land despise me, for I am not of their stature in the country, neither men nor nations I. Or are you to go to the land headed by elders and say no, but you're corrupt in your doings, for Yahweh speaks it. So it is in his prophetic holy scriptures regarding you. Those who are not converted to the PCG made simple, by definition and doctrine by the PCE. The simple definition of PCG doctrine made clear to those of the earth who have become famine for hearing the word of Yahweh and listen to our words like a beautiful song, but do not do them. So then, a survey line defines our clear doctrine for 2010 to 2013 to 2017 to 2021, and what many have not realized about our doctrine from 1989 to 2010 as polygamy. There has always been a doctrine of the PCG to be the coming of the new earth by prophecy. And awaiting on Yahweh, we have awaited Elijah the prophet, to come the second witness of Gerald Fleury, even as I have been the founder of the PCG in 1989 through 90. And it has been by my young Samuel righteous deeds, an expectation of prophecy that come with it for the work in the end of days. The answer is quite simple. To any man that has an ounce of faith with Yahweh's words in his mouth, go speak the words to them, even if it means the death of you socially, or the shell of your spirit man lives in for the meantime. It's just not the prophet that has the national duty, but any proclaiming Christian that is a have an open ear to the prophecies of the nations. We as a body are to announce in the message of the coming kingdom of Elohim to this passing world with their system of things. And who can but prophesy at this time? For the testimony of Yahshua Messiah is the spirit of prophecy, and he goes forth to slay them and wound them by the mouths of the prophets. He has spoken through by multiple visions of symbols to their witness in these end of days. Signs have been shown in the heavens and the earth, once again, in a time of no more delay and postponement. For every vision will be fulfilled, as I am assigned to you, who have put far off the day of Yahweh, saying every vision has failed. Gee golly, great golly, every vision has failed? Really? I think it was their lack of faith that failed, and Yahweh has long sufferings, wishing none would die, though they are stupid and die of lack of wisdom. But they are not stupid enough to recognize the visions of the past that has only been prolonged, as they themselves use the word prolonged in verse 22. How do we make a distinction of the prophet signs and the false prophet signs gone out on all the kings of the earth? See future studies pages throughout to make your determination. You hear this also when they say, oh, the inner world? They have been saying that for ages. What about the Y2K thing? And after that, and after that, and after that? But to the stupidity, the computers did crash. Iran was leaking its motives to announce themselves to step on stage as a nation as one seeking nuclear weapons, following the Islamic Revolution in 1979 and on to 9/11. The warning sent out not by one man, but by the governments that seen the aftermaths with the Twin Towers, they keep even those who knew of it guessing when. So what was Bush to do? Go to war before or after? You still would have to push him out the war and blame him of some lewd form of conspiracy theories rather than honor Bush, who protected us from people like Obama, who crept into office peaceably with flatteries. Which is why we need the third term, which needless to say, the Twin Towers nor the war will provide. For to make myself more clear, being attacked before or after one engaged in war was not the matter. The matter was Democrats, who were already pro-Islamic Brotherhood, who attacked us, carried out these plots as homegrown terrorists in the White House, and were able to put up a smoking screen long enough on lower channels, just long enough to bring in the terrorists. They were supposed to have a handle on local levels since they call themselves the all-American community, representatives of a host of sins. So you voted your own homegrown overseas terrorists into office, and some fell or stumbled to refine many as you made them out to be an scapegoat of your diversions, which truly helps us, the righteous of the Constitution or you who seek to overthrow it. Yes, they're very thankful that some had the balls to take you down, though you didn't think you would go so far, but were trying to blackmail and bribe with terrorist threats. As a lawless one, already at work. Therefore, give no Democrat the benefit of doubt they will destroy our nation and blame you for it. In this message of ours is an awake cry of salvation to any who believes in the true gospel, for it's repent, for the kingdom's at hand. And Yahweh the Father's feud is not merely with what nominal modern-day Christianity calls the world, such as kings, presidential figures, secretaries of state, governmental parties, congressmen, governors, mayors, and local districts, but stretches far past the cities, county states, and nations of the world into the temples of worship, chiefly amplified inside our own borders as warm family churches of rich, middle, and lower class congregations with banners of Lutherans, Protestants, Pentecostals, Baptists, Presbyterians, Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, Anglicans, etc. And even sad to say, a daughter offshoot of my congregation longevity line, the Seventh-day Adventists, who broke away from the true Church of God, Elohim, in 1850. The Worldwide Church of God, Elohim, sprouted from in 1931, and the Philadelphian Church of God, Elohim, of 1990 onward. Yes, the gospel message goes far into the White House and back around through one ear of many warm, smiley, joy-filled people of community family churches, and out the other, who can't tell you a thing about the book of Revelations and what the symbols mean, and why we need such a prophetic understanding in these end of days about the nations. For to do so condemns them and lifts up their skirts over their heads, when the gospel message has everything to do with politics and war, though your Sunday pastor would say quite the contrary. Further illustrating my point on the corrupt priests and false prophets of the land, who chant peace, peace, when sudden destruction comes upon them suddenly, in the days soon to come. For their gospel message is of another Yahshua, of prophesy not, speak to us of smooth, incorruptible things, drink wine, be merry, worship God Elohim of prosperity, in a land full of false charities, and weak men of war, you and invaded by the massive collected nations who are working in the spirit of anti-Americanism, anti-Christ/Messianicism.